And now, here's your host of Shaping Success, Wes Tankersley.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Shaping Success. I am your host, Wes Tankersley. If you are watching this on the video or listening to this on the podcast, please do me a favor, like, share, and review it on Apple Podcasts. Follow me on Spotify. Take a great look at what's going on with the podcast because I would love to have you share this and help me grow this audience. As of today, we are at 2,700 downloads. I need 300 more to reach my goal of 3,000 by the end of the year. So it makes a big, huge difference if you can go out and share this. If you're looking at it on Instagram, if you're listening to it, take a screenshot, post it somewhere, ask someone to listen. It goes a long way, and I would really appreciate it. Tag me. I will share it as well. Today, we're going to cover bonus coverage for my episode with Lee Ann Faria. And one of the things about the bonus coverage episodes, I don't know that I've ever really explained them to you, but it kind of gives me a chance to talk about what I took away from the episode and from the interview with the individuals that I have been interviewing. Typically, when I do an interview, I like to have a bunch of questions beforehand that I talk to them about, but sometimes it gets out of whack because you hear something comes up, something changes, something, comes into your mind at that time, and you ask different questions, and it leads into other things. And that's typically what happens with every single interview. I have a list of about 10 things I'm going to ask, and the next thing you know, we're off tangent and we're talking about something different. So with the bonus coverage, I'd like to give them more of a chance to speak on what we're talking about so that you can get as much information as possible. You don't want to hear me interjecting a lot and giving all my opinion on something because you'll get that in the bonus coverage episode of what I took away from it. But really the reason I started this show was to show people that there are different ways to be successful and different people do those things in different ways. Talking about Lee Ann is a special education teacher by day, and then she's created Podspout, which is kind of like Linktree, only better. And if you haven't checked it out yet, you should go to my Instagram page or my Facebook page or anywhere you follow me and click on my Podspout link. That's the link that I have up because it takes you to every single place that my podcast is at. Take you to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the big ones, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, the YouTube channel, the Instagram channel, the Facebook channel. All those places where you can catch what I do. Check it out. If you're interested in those, it's a great way to do it. It's kind of like Linktree, like I said, but it's just visually appeasing. You look at it, it's basically a landing page. So out in her mind, she was looking over Linktree, which I used Linktree before this. For some of you who don't know, Instagram right now isn't really pushing Linktree. They'll change the algorithm a little bit, or they won't allow you, like when you put link in bio, that's the only way that you can get them to go to your link. And so you have to post it on a story, you have to post it on a post, you have to tell someone to go to this link in your bio to get to the link, unless you have over 10,000 followers. The problem with that is that who has 10,000 followers? I've been doing this for a little over a year now, and I have just over 1,800. To get this dedicated link that you can just send people straight to your podcast from the link in the actual post itself is pretty difficult, especially now when they really just want to post things that get them views. It helps to get there. It's probably one of the best tools that I have found to promote my podcast. And if you've been with me for a long time, this is, I've been over 70 episodes. It's the best way that I have found to promote my podcast. One of the things that I liked about Lee Ann was she's basically a jack of all trades. She said that she didn't have another head to put another hat on. So she's continuing to work and do everything she can to streamline that process. And that's kind of what I do. I try to find the best way to promote my podcast, try to find the best way to get my word out there, to help people find it. And then I also have a day job, right? It is 7 o'clock in the morning here. I've been up since 5 a.m. thinking about what I'm going to say today so that I can get this out to you so you have something to listen to on your way to work tomorrow or the next day. It takes time. It takes promotion. It takes things like that. I have a few friends that have way more downloads than I do, but that's okay. That's not the big part right now. The big thing that has come out of this is it's gotten so far by meeting individuals, learning from them, getting the ideas from them. And hopefully, if you're listening to this, you found some value in the things that we bring. That's kind of one of the things. But Lee Ann is a jack of all trades. And so she's created Podspout and she's working on that One of the things that she talked about that I think is really important is building connections with people and learning who people are and reaching out to them. She talked about how reaching out to someone, you're just like, hey, can you do this for me? For example, could you say, hey, can you make my Podspout page for me? Without giving them any value, without taking any interest in them. And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't do. They don't create value. They want something, they want to take something, but they don't want to give something in return. And we get that a lot. You look at social media, that's one of those things. There's so many people who would like to be on my podcast. There's so many people who would like to get value or take away from what I'm doing and not work for it themselves, but just get it themselves, right? Not try and make that happen, not try to make it better for themselves, but just take. They never really look at what they're giving. In my opinion, I'm giving you value. I'm trying to help you find a way to find something that you're going to be happy doing and making yourself successful. And we've talked to authors, we've talked to professional sports players, we've talked to brand creators, we've talked to people who create a tool to help promote your podcast. I mean, these are all little things that we go through, and there's so many more to come. There's so many different inspiring stories that can be shared through this. But what you have to do is you have to realize you're not the only one who is there. You have to give them value as well. So what can you give in return? And I've reached out for sponsorship deals. It's kind of the same thing. It's like, hey, I'm going to have you as a guest on my show. I'd like you to promote your product, and I'd like to offer people a discount code. This is me offering them something to be on my show. I'm helping them create a brand, build their brand, make it better for themselves. Help them promote a book, help them do something, give them value to want to be on your show. And that's really what it's about. You're building that relationship, but you're not just going to ask that person that right off the bat. What you need to do is you need to build a relationship with them. You need to, hey, what can I do for you? Hey, how are you? Hey, where are you from? Build this relationship. Don't just ask, question, talk. Find out if you have the same interests, things like that. I was reached out by someone today to be a guest on a podcast, and I listened to his podcast. I'm not quite certain that I'm a good fit, but I'm going to tell him what I have, because I think that people are reaching out looking for something that is, maybe not what it's not, but you need to make sure that if you have that something going on, that you share that with them. Maybe I'm not a good fit for his format, but I would love to be on a show because it will help me promote my show. It will help him get part of my listenership to go listen to his listenership. I don't know that most people understand with podcasting that that's highly important, that you sharing that information will help get more people to listen, will help grow it, will help make the show bigger and better. If you find value in it, what's wrong with sharing that? If you're listening to this and you're inspired by one of my guests or by what I say, why not share it? Why not help other people grow? And that's probably one of the biggest things, is building that growth and helping other people grow. And it all comes through connection. I had a conversation with Lee Ann about connection, and I've also talked to a couple other of my podcasting friends about connection. When you meet someone, you don't know who they are. You never have a clue what they can bring to you. So you should treat people as you would like to be treated yourself. That's all there is to it. If you treat them like trash, if you treat them like dirt, then why would they want to help you? Why would they want to connect with you? Why would they want to see some value in you or learn about you? They may just want to shake your hand and that's it. But you never know when you opened up the door for some person's grandma who was watching, and they come up and they thank you for doing that or something like that. Always be good in what you do. Connection is a big thing, and that's something that we all need to think about, and how we're offering value to other people. And I hope that throughout your day-to-day you think about that. Are you offering value to someone else? Are you just trying to take? Are you just trying to suck the life out of what they have going? Because they created that. They are the people who work their butt off to make what they have happen. And a lot of people are willing to share their knowledge because they want other people to be better. But then there's those people who want to just keep that knowledge for themselves. And so that's really what this show's about. This show is about sharing the knowledge of others so that everyone can be successful. Think about that today. Are you sharing your knowledge? Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. I hope that you go throughout your day, share your knowledge, and help other people grow as well as growing yourself. Until next time, I challenge you to find the shape of your success.